Hello everyone and welcome back to part 2 of the Fight Night after Flashpoint here at MFW. I am Roman Empire, your MC host commentator. Thank you so much for joining me once again as we kick off part 2 the same way we kicked off part 1 with a Vigilante Division matchup. We got two debuting stars, big names, going head to head in what promises to be a hell of a match, and the first man into this arena is Daredevil, Matt Murdock, one of the quintessential vigilantes, many before the appearance of this unknown factor, this vanguard we know so little about. We're looking at this man as one of the top contenders for that championship in the vigilante division. With the emergence of Vanguard, of course, that has all shifted, the balance has changed, but this man looking to put forth his best foot and show his skills in the ring against an opponent that he is very familiar with and that has pushed him to his limits and vice versa many times before. And let's not waste any time bringing that man to the ring. Making his way, a man who's brutal, effective, violent, efficient, Frank Castle, aka The Punisher. Mr. Castle promising to be a staple of the vigilante division, given his nature. Really epitomizes that sort of brutal, interpret the law as you see fit, so to speak, or simply ignore it in the sake of justice mentality. These two very different philosophical approaches, as well as, while both being very highly trained and martially effective, very different styles. Frank Castle more of a brawler, despite the obviously trained hand-to-hand combat expertise. It's more of a savage and brutal violence versus the more disciplined, acrobatic, restrained, at times, Daredevil. Plenty of anger and lack of self-control in certain moments for Murdock as well. But big fundamental differences in the way these two men approach things. Some may say irreconcilable at many times, as these two men prepare to go head-to-head. And there's the bell. Very excited for this matchup. This promises to be a hell of a fight, as these two try to feel each other out in the early goings. You gotta imagine the pace will pick up very quickly, given how well these two know each other. No need to try and suss out one another's strengths and weaknesses. At this point, they're just trying to see who gets the upper hand early on. Ooh, see, that's perfect example. Went for that dropkick, Punisher ducked right under it, saw it coming. That's how well these two know each other. Big neck breaker there. With Vanguard now at the forefront, another dodge at the forefront of the vigilante division, you gotta wonder what the rest of the division will do moving forward. There's obviously many participants with similar skills, backgrounds, approaches to combat, but they don't know anything about this man, just as much as Vanguard doesn't know any first-hand experience about any of these individuals. So far, Daredevil staying in control. But for how long? All it takes is a moment for either of these men to capitalize and shift a match in their favor. Already stomped to the chest, as you see that clear example of just one move, and all of a sudden, Frank Castle firmly in control as he batters away with those right hands. Going in for the pin, probably not going to be enough, but trying to wear down his opponent. Another neck breaker. Targeting the neck a lot. Now wearing him down with a headlock, slowing down the pace. This seems to be a common tactic for both these men. Ground their opponent and then wear them down, slow down the pace, keep them from controlling the pace of the matchup. More effective in terms of trying to take away the advantage that Daredevil has as he goes to the top rope here. Oh, went for an elbow drop, missed, rolled out of the way there. That high flying advantage, the acrobatics to speed, So very effective strategy for Punisher to try and slow down and ground the aerialist. Series of suplexes here. Now we got a second. Rolling those hips. Aiming for a third. Nails it. That is the hat trick. Dragging Castle into the middle of the ring. Calling for him outside on the apron here. We could see a springboard maneuver here. Fearless forearm right across the face. And right up to the top turnbuckle, not even wasting any time. Fall from grace. Lands it. Daredevil struggling to get to his feet. Needs to go for the pin here. Probably could have gotten there quicker. 1, 2, only a 2 count. I think if he had maybe gotten in there as soon as he had landed that move, might have had a better chance, but either way, Punisher's still in this. These two men so much respect, even with their differences of opinion on how to approach their line of work, so to speak. Ooh, crossbody. Ooh, just brutal, savage punches. Now that single leg camel clutch. As we were saying, though, they respect each other so much despite that difference. Sometimes they can't stand each other. Sometimes they are outright enemies, but there is no doubt they respect each other's skill and ability. Oh, Dragon Sleeper. Punisher with the finisher here. This could, rolls immediately out of it. Rolls through. A daring last-minute escape, if you will, for Daredevil. Impressive. That could have been all over if he didn't find a way out of that. As he's hung up on the ropes here. Quick pin. Only a 1.5 count. That dangerous Dragon Sleeper, though. Tilt-a-whirl, reverse DDT. You see that a lot from those with military training, that Dragon Sleeper style maneuver. Different variations on it from different individuals. And now Daredevil seems to be waiting for Castle to come to him. That sheer patience, just staying stock still, assessing his surroundings. Even with the power dampers in the arena, his senses are so sharp, naturally. And there it is. Suckered him in, clothesline. Just waited for Castle to get fed up, lose patience. And another neck breaker, once again targeting the neck repeatedly. Has made that his bullseye, if you will. Calling for it again. We could see a second fearless forearm. Lands it right across the temple, it looked like, with the forearm. 1, 2. Oh, so close. 2.9. So close. Not enough, though, to put away the Punisher. Daredevil has to stay on offense here, setting up for a finisher. He's got him from behind. Could be another neck breaker. No! Blind spot! Into the pin. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. Gotta think that might have been a 3 if the ref had been in position sooner. Oh, big miss on the clothesline there initially. Daredevil needing to get his bearings. Series of clotheslines here. Cross body. And that acrobatic ability, handspringing right back to his feet. Keeping the offense on Castle, keeping the pressure. Could be setting up for yet another. Could we see a third fearless forearm? A hat trick of forearms. Goes for the springboard. Dodged! Tossed aside. And now a series of rage-filled punches to the side of the head. Punisher in for a pin. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. Not quite enough. Both these men have to do so much to put the other one down. They have that tenacity, the resiliency. They know how far the other one will go. Oh, wait a minute. DDT hung him up in the ropes in the process. Not sure if that actually cushioned the fall or caused more whiplash. But you saw in the process of bending back for that DDT, got hung up in the ropes. Could have been the throat, the neck. Who knows what could happen at the... Oof, rebound there. Did not look pretty, though. Rolling Death Valley driver. Once again, setting up. This is the 4th attempt, but it could be the 3rd hit if he manages to hit another one. Setting up for that fearless forearm. That signature maneuver of his. Lands it! Beautiful flight through the sky. Not going for the pin, though, interestingly enough. He doesn't seem to think that'll be enough to put him away. Targeting the leg here. That comes with the territory when you know someone so well. You kind of just know when something isn't enough, when you need a bit more to put him away. But the danger is, do you second guess yourself a little too much? Going up top here, we don't see this often from Castle. Big elbow, but no! Rolls through! Daredevil rolls through into a scoop slam. Don't see a lot of power moves out of him. An impressive counter, though. Part of the danger of going outside your wheelhouse there. Punisher going for a high-flying maneuver. We don't see that from him a lot. Went up for that elbow drop, standing elbow drop to the chest. Was caught, rolled through. Impressive power game from Daredevil on that one as he goes for another fearless forearm. Clocks him. A series. That might have been the 4th one, I believe, successfully landed. And going for a second blind spot, perhaps. Nails it! Knee into the face. This could be it. Ref in position. 1, 2, 3. Daredevil picks up the win, and you gotta think Murdoch has positioned himself to be one of the potential next contenders to this mysterious Vanguard's newly earned Vigilante Championship. Excellent match between these two. They put out all the stops. Impressive displays from both men. In the end, though, Daredevil took control at the outset of this match. They struggled back and forth, but in the end, Daredevil's the one who pulls out the win. Big series of major offensive maneuvers, gets the pin, and he is your winner. Congratulations to Murdoch. I'm sure the Vigilante division is going to shape up to be one of the best in MFW. You saw that rebound, nasty rebound on the DDT there. Gotta think Vanguard will be watching both these men, keeping an eye on them. Moving forward, though, got plenty of matches on the card. Our next match has to do with one of those controversial victories at Flashpoint. Hydra's punishment from what happened at Flashpoint is not over. So, Director Fury, in his wisdom as new director of Fight Night, has made the decision that not only will Red Skull's match weigh on the tag team division, but so will Crossbones and Taskmaster here tonight. They are in tag team action. Obviously, there was a handicap match. Iron Fist and Luke Cage earning a potential title shot by defeating Red Skull in a handicap match as Red Skull's punishment for his interference that granted these two the tag team titles. But Crossbones and Taskmaster cannot go unpunished as the men who wear those ill-gotten gains around their waist. So if they lose to their opponents tonight, their opponents also receive a potential title shot against these two at the next opportunity. We'll have a pay-per-view not too long from now, in a few more episodes of Fight Night and Warzone, called Bulletproof. As these two ready, who will their opponents be? Well, we decided to bring some game competition out from the DC side of things. Arsenal and Red Hood, aka the Outlaws, looking for a title opportunity. Earth's mightiest tag team championships in their sights. These two looking to make a big splash here in their debut against Crossbones and Taskmaster. Can they pull off a big victory? Can they walk away with a potential title shot in their debut? Remember to like these videos, give them a thumbs up if you're enjoying them. Comment, let us know what you think of the matches and who some of the future matches you would like to see. Subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss an episode. And once again, thank you for joining me. Always love it when you guys come by. Being able to share all this with you brings me so much joy. And as fellow nerds, whether it be wrestling or comic books, I'm happy to see you come back every time. Moving on from the sentimentality, let's get this tag team match going. Hit that bell, ref. Arsenal here pushing Crossbones into the corner. These two teams have never met before, so obviously that feeling out stage is so important. Trying to get an idea of your opponent's skill and ooh, the difference in strength between the two of you. Jumping, complete shot right out of the gates, going from 0 to 60 with the offense here. That feeling out stage immediately hitting to the high impact moves, as now we're taking it to the outside already. Need to be careful. Obviously, Captain America and Winter Soldier lost their opportunity at the tag team titles because of a countout against HYDRA. Were beaten so badly on the outside. By the time the 9 count came, there was no way they were going to make it into the ring. Gotta think Crossbones is considering that tactic if he's going to be out here brawling with Arsenal this early on. Roy Harper, aka Speedy, a former sidekick of Green Arrow, trained by him. Red Hood, a former sidekick, trained by Batman, a former Robin. Jason Todd. We're getting close here. Already an 8 count, but finally both men back in the ring. Crossbones already looking to make a tag, but Arsenal's done a great job here of isolating Crossbones, keeping him out of his own corner. Arsenal stalking his opponent here. Ooh, thumb to the eye looked like. Ref didn't quite see it. Big fist to the head. Low sweeping kick, but not enough to take down Crossbones. Only staggered him a bit. Ooh, knees to the back. Once again, trying to call the Taskmaster. Arsenal just not allowing it. Arsenal and Red Hood clearly came in with a game plan. How to go at these tag team champions. Of course, Taskmaster and Crossbones, a bit of a disadvantage knowing that they were going to be in a match, but not knowing who they would be up against. So really only able to plan a general strategy where you have to imagine Arsenal and Red Hood knew they were getting this opportunity, able to prepare, able to come up with a plan ahead of time. Taken to the ropes. Incredible athleticism and acrobatics. Drop kick to the chest. As once again, Arsenal has kept Crossbones in his own team's corner. Exceptional tag team work here as we get the tag and the double team. Oh, could see a tag team finisher early. There it is. The double tap. Northern Lights suplex. 1, 2. Oh, broken up just in the nick of time. Going in for another quick pin as Taskmaster fights out of this maneuver here from Arsenal. So far, very impressed with the Outlaws. Very effective tactics here. Oof, tossed around the ring like a ragdoll. Being able to isolate Crossbones, do so much damage, and not allow him to make that tag. Crossbones looking to fight back into this, though, of course. Big knee to the face. Oh, somehow just popped up to his feet there. Moved so quick I didn't even see it happen. That's how impressive these athletes are. Knee smashed into the mat. This quick pin not going to be enough, obviously. But Crossbones is trying to wear down his opponent, slow down the pace, take control of that pace. Because so far, Outlaws have dictated it. Ducking under into a series of kicks here as Red Hood determined not to allow Crossbones to make the tag or get in any double teams. So far, these two have been so impressively effective. Big leg drop to the back of the head. Gotta think these two so far could be one of the biggest threats to the Earth's Mightiest Tag Team Champions reign here. finally making a tag as Taskmaster, the fresh man, gets into this match. Ooh, kick to the head. Float over. DDT, very similar to a move Batman uses. That shared training. Dropkick to the side of the head. Such an impressive quadre, I guess we'll call it. Bit of a pun there. Point blank shot hit, the finisher, but Crossbones distracting the referee. Taking a little too long to get into that pin. Only a 2 count. Obviously was down for far longer, but Crossbones interfering when he saw that finisher coming in. This quad of competitors, this quartet, so athletic, so highly trained. Dangerous hand-to-hand combatants, all 4 of them. Tag made here. Oh, clothesline off the shoulders. That Doomsday Device move. Oh, dropkick over the body of his partner to plant Crossbones into the ropes. And now a knee takes him over. Arsenal very wise to interfere when he did. Red Hood now has time to recover in the ring as Crossbones is outside of it. If they win by countout, they still get a potential opportunity. Nothing lost for them. Really, Hydra in the losing position here. They have everything to lose and nothing to gain. We all knew there would be retaliation once Fury's authority was officially being recognized after what happened at Flashpoint. This is, of course, the results of that. Once again, these two fighting on the outside, the count continuing. Both teams need to be careful, though. A double count out will favor the champions in this situation. Makes the quick tag before Arsenal can stop him. Taskmaster back in this, but planted right into the mat. Now tossing Arsenal back into the ring. Harper makes the tag. Todd is in. And now both men without partners on the apron. This could be a definitive moment in this tag match with neither man able to interfere on behalf of their partner. Oh, went for those spinning European uppercuts. First one hit, but the second one dodged. Those photographic reflexes able to adjust so quickly. Red Hood lining up his opponent. Knee right to the temple. Armored knee to the temple. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. Both men have their partners back on the apron, though, now. Taskmaster trying to fight back into this. But I have to say, Outlaws have been incredibly impressive and really have dominated this match, except for a few flurries of offense. Been totally in control as he sets up Taskmaster on the bottom rope here. Could see that drive-by drop kick. Nails it. Taskmaster laid out. This could be it. 1, 2, 3. The Outlaws win it. Outlaws and Heroes for Hire have both now earned a potential tag team title shot moving forward on the way to Bulletproof. Some episodes from now, there's plenty of time between now and then, things can change. But as of right now, Hydra set to defend against 2 potential tag teams. Punishment getting into full effect here. Point blank shot you saw there, that finisher. Almost ending things, but not quite enough. Would take more punishment, but Outlaws came in with a plan, ready to go. Took down their opponents in impressive and decisive fashion. Congratulations to them. Todd and Harper obviously have their eyes on the prize as they celebrate here on part 2 of Fight Night. We got our main event coming up, of course. Rounding out the 4. That's not a number mistake. It's a different word. Homophones and stuff. Obviously, I know there's only 3 matches. Anyway, math, not important. Roy Harper, Jason Todd, successful. We move on to our main event. Magneto will be in action with the Brotherhood. We've seen them at ringside before for Mystique, but now it is the leader's turn to step into the ring against one of their biggest opponents ever. Someone they've faced before, but has taken collective group efforts from many of their kind to take this man down. But obviously with the power dampers in the arena, the confines of the MFW ring and rules, there is the opportunity for even the seemingly most impossible task to be possible. Sabretooth and Juggernaut flanking him, Mystique in the back, you see there, accompanying Magneto to the ring as he sets to take on potentially one of the most dangerous mutants in history. Many would say his coming heralds the end, the centerpiece of the age of Apocalypse. That's right. If you know the name, if you've seen the movies or read the comics, you know who this man is. The first mutant, one of the most ancient and powerful. Apocalypse set to take on this man, Magneto. Speaking of which, let's get this age-old dictator to the ring. Has created his 4 horsemen before. Many on the Fight Night roster should be concerned. They might become the target of this man's experiments to become one of his horsemen. As the imposing Titan Apocalypse makes his way to the ring, and Sabanur. Obviously a tall task for the man with many names, Magnus Eric Lenscher. Max Eisenhart. It'll be an interesting matchup to see if the Brotherhood gets involved at all, or if they allow Magneto to make this a one-on-one contest purely. But you got to think with them at ringside, there's always that possibility. There's always the desire to entertain a bit of rule bending or rule breaking, especially with a threat as big as Apocalypse. We saw in part 1 how a similar counterpart, Darkseid, in that Falls Count Anywhere match, absolutely manhandled the Incredible Hulk. So I would not be surprised if there was some fear in Magneto, but you got to think this man, look at just how came out the gates ready to attack. I was about to say, with his pride, is showing zero fear and truly believes he can best Apocalypse on his own. Series of boots to the face there. Staying on Apocalypse. Came out of the gate strong and just did not let up. He was shrugged off, didn't let it bother him, kept attacking, kept on the offense. It'll be interesting to see if that strategy can keep going. Ooh, backbreaker. Or if it runs out of steam. Magneto fighting back here. Ooh, big hip toss. That power difference is going to be so important. Bicycle boot to the chest. Seem synchronized disappointment from Sabretooth and Juggernaut on the outside there. Hooking and gets a suplex reversal. Looked like Apocalypse was going for one and got reversed. And you have to imagine with a unit like the Brotherhood, there's plans upon plans upon plans, strategies coming into place before they even stepped into the ring for this matchup. If Magneto can't do it on his own, you have to think there was backup plans ready in place for how to deal with someone like Apocalypse, someone so powerful. But I have to say, thus far, I have not been impressed with Apocalypse. Very impressed with Magneto. Has just stayed on his opponent. Now in this submission, this arm-trapped crossface. Ooh, knee to the back of the head as Apocalypse struggles out of this. I don't think he was expecting this level of resistance from Magneto. And it shows in the fact that he's not really been able to get any consistent momentum going on offense. This might be a little too soon to celebrate here, Magneto. You got your opponent behind you to worry about. That confidence, that cockiness of Magneto truly believes he is a superior being. Dive into the outside, elbow across the back of the head. Oh, big headbutt from Apocalypse. You see Mystique there on the outside, keeping a close eye on this. Obviously, they have to be careful they don't interfere or get Magneto disqualified. All it takes is one big move like that, and Apocalypse can just floor Magneto and completely stop his momentum dead. Oh, spear! Through the ropes, shoulder blocking Magneto into the barricade onto the floor. Apocalypse now on the top turnbuckle, looking to pull off a high-flying maneuver. Seems to be waiting for Magneto to be in position, but this might be a mistake. He's been vulnerable for this long, waiting for him to get to his feet. Oh, see? And there you go. Dodged it, out of the way, and suddenly Magneto is in control. Oh, but a big clothesline changes that. Count continuing. Magneto dragging Apocalypse here. Legs getting caught on the way in. I have to say, I've been very surprised by how dominant Magneto has been. Oh, and a pile driver. Impressive core strength there to lift someone that size into that pile driver position. And now setting up for a finish. He's got it. Arms are hooked. Supremacy lands it. Into the pin. Ref. 1, 2, 3. Magneto with a huge upset. Picking up the win with no assistance from the Brotherhood over Apocalypse. Can only happen in a situation like here at MFW. Things made a little bit more fair thanks to the power dampeners in our arena. But regardless, still an incredibly difficult opponent to tackle. And Magneto did it decisively, clean in the middle of the ring. 1, 2, 3. A big, big win for not just Magneto, but for the Brotherhood moving forward. You got to think that's a lot of momentum for that faction. A big feather in the cap, if you will. What a main event. What a great part 2 of Fight Night. Thank you all once again for joining us. A big congratulations to Magneto in the ring. Oh, we'll get a little bit of a scuffle on there. Magneto telling them to break it up on the outside there. Juggernaut and Sabretooth getting a little handsy with each other. We'll have to keep an eye on that situation. There might be some friction in the group. Regardless, I'm Roman Empire. You've been a hell of an audience. Please come back for more. We've got another Warzone lined up for you. Can't wait to see you guys again. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I will see you next time.